You guys asked for me to tell you more? Well, I got more. What type of consumer good are you using in your house right now? Some of these ones that everyone uses? How many of you are taking a close look on the back of these labels? Are you aware they're full of poison? Keep out of reach of children. Any of you a fan of bioengineered foods? Boy, do I got a list of those for you today. I hope you're paying more attention at the stores more than ever, because if you're not, you're definitely going to keel over faster than everyone else. 99% of people out there don't know that we're getting hit by all sides. Lots of good information you guys should know coming right up. Boy, do we have a doozy today. If you guys happen to be brand new here, welcome to our awesome community where we do prepping tips, emergency preparedness how-tos, and we go over news-related awareness type stuff everyone should know about. If you find value in that, be sure to hit the notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. You guys may have seen this video right up here I did a few weeks ago. 500,000 of you have already watched it, and a ton of you told me, tell us more. I even went to the store and got you guys tons of visuals. So here's the thing. Same chips, different state, different labels. But here's what you need to know. And get this, I'm doing you a favor, turning off advertising off this video. Some of you are asking, why would you do that? Well, because this information is that good. I'm going to be showing name brands. A lot of big players aren't going to want that information going out. And I'll tell you what, they'll take this down quicker than you shake a stick. So you're welcome. No crazy commercials. With that, a couple things. Please share this out if you find it valuable. Check to see if your notification bell is still on and you're still subscribed. Lots of people writing in saying it got turned off and they were all of a sudden unsubscribed. Yep, with this type of information, that should be expected. So a quick recap. This all stemmed off of the 60-second short for those of you that are new. So for all of you that are returning, bear with me for 60 seconds while all these new folks get caught up on this 60-second short. So unless you just don't care and you want to go stick your head in the sand, pretend nothing crazy is going on, don't care about your health, don't care about what's going on. The importance to pay attention has never been more important. And I'm telling you guys, the more I research, the more I find. It's getting absolutely insane. For example, a bag of chips. Can you believe it? I put a video out on Shorts feed just the other day. I know all of you guys don't watch Shorts, so let me show it to you. It takes 60 seconds. So wait a minute. We're living in a time where we go to the store, much like Walmart, and buy a bag of chips with a warning label on the back of the bag of chips, much like a pack of cigarettes. Warning: could cause birth defects, could cause cancer. Bioengineered ingredients, most all consumer goods owned by the upper umbrella, BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, trying to control the world and monopolize all consumer goods. That's right, bags of chips with warnings like that. And you know how many people eat chips? And folks, that's not all. So much more. And like I mentioned in that short, if you're wanting to get away from all that stuff, vote with your dollars. Family-owned, non-toxic stuff you can trust. 100% made in America consumer goods. Stuff that you spend money on every single month. We can help you switch away from all that garbage and what that garbage supports. Link down in the description for a free tour of the store. And we'll come back to that along with a couple other options to ensure stuff in your home is safe for you and your family. But let's get going on this list. And before we get to some consumer goods, let's go over some stuff that's got bioengineered ingredients in it, and it's taking the stores by storm. For those of you that don't know what bioengineered food or GMO is, this Green Matter article puts it pretty simple. What is bioengineered food? Put simply, bioengineered food is any food that has been genetically modified, aka genetically modified organisms, or GMO. They have become an everyday part of food in grocery stores worldwide. And like I said, I was at the store today. You'd be shocked at how much stuff has this on the label already, and we'll show you. According to National Geographic, not all GMOs are made in a lab. In fact, people have been breeding certain foods together to make new things for thousands of years. For example, corn, salmon, soybeans, and more have been produced through genetic modification. And to be fair, let's go over a couple pros to this. Pros to bioengineered food, aka GMO. There are many benefits to bioengineered food. They can last longer on shelves. Well, there, bingo on that one, right? Of course, if it lasts longer on the shelves, you can imagine all these big conglomerates want a piece of that pie. And they are resistant to pests and different diseases. Another thing that they don't have to fight off, saves them money. Plus, they can grow bigger and faster, so they hit the store shelves sooner. There we go again, profit over people. Now, GMOs can be created in a large-scale operation in labs, as opposed to one person trying to create a fusion between an apple and an orange in their backyard. Of course, there are some positives to GMOs. They can remove certain things that are harmful to human health, such as mycotoxins, which are linked to higher rates of liver cancer. And the more resistant these crops are to disease and pests, the fewer chemicals like pesticides. And again, fewer pesticides save some money and helps the earth, right? And insecticides and herbicides. On the flip side, unfortunately, there are some dangers when it comes to GMOs, and they can outweigh the benefits involved. Why are GMOs dangerous? Per the National Library of Medicine, genetically modified food can negatively impact the human body. Well, who's overlooking that part? For one, they can cause diseases that are immune to antibiotics. What? Which put your health at risk with no way to fight off the illness. I don't need to reread that, right? You just heard what I read? Put that one together. Head scratcher, right? I'm telling you, that kind of falls into place with a lot of things. Plus, there's no way to be sure how GMO's DNA will react to DNA. Plus, there's no way to be sure how GMO's DNA will react to DNA in people, animals, or environment. So in other terms, we're test subjects, right? Unforeseen allergies in people and animals and consequences to the food chain of particular ecosystems are just two examples. I'd have to venture the people at the top making these decisions are playing God. Let's just see if the humans can handle this after 25 years of it, eating it and absorbing it in nearly everything that we use. Some people might chalk it up to the old depopulation agenda. Definitely makes you wonder, but you don't have to be an idiot to figure out that this is a million times worse than good. Actually, you might agree with me that the only thing that makes sense why this would be done is to keep it on the shelves longer. And the fact to go along with meats made by cells, growing everything in labs these days instead of the field. I'm sure the profit margin with the way that system works is much higher. And let's get to the list. But another thing that people are saying that with this bioengineered label on it is another way that they can hide a bunch of other crap that they're going to throw into this food that doesn't need to be specified. Picking up what I'm putting down, bioengineered food. Well, that's broad, and that's the crazy thing. You could be in a different state eating the same exact identical bag of chips, but your bag doesn't have the same warning as other states. Sketchy. So like I said, when I was at the store, this is the same exact bag of chips that you're going to find anywhere in any store in any state. It's the same ingredients. It's the same bag of chips. But why some people aren't seeing the cancer warning, because some states are required to add the cancer warning on the bag of chips when other states aren't required to. You guys seeing what I'm saying? It's the same bag of chips with the same warning like you would see on a pack of cigarettes. Same bag of chips, same ingredients, but one state, like California, for example, has to put the warning on the bag, while everyone else eats the same bag of chips without the warning. You see what's going on? This is what I'm talking about. People need to start waking up. Not everyone and most states aren't required to see the warning. And isn't that some crap? And I'm not kidding you guys. A lot of the same ingredients in most bags of these chips, and nearly all of them say bioengineered foods on them. Like this one right here, crowd favorite. Loved them growing up, but look at that ingredients list. Guaranteed, a lot of those things you're not going to want to be putting in your body. And then we've got Simply Orange juice. A lot of us probably drink that or have drank that, right? I'm telling you, bioengineered food. V8 Splash, yep, contains bioengineered ingredients. That's V8 Splash. Lots of kids out there be drinking some V8 Splash. And here's the one that's going to bug a lot of you. Yep, Goldfish, bioengineered foods, ingredients. Look at that right there. And I'll tell you another thing. I've seen some other scary videos on other stuff that's in those fishy crackers that would blow your mind. Research it. But enough is right there with just the bioengineered foods. And then you got to be kidding. Granola bars, bioengineered food ingredients. You got to be kidding me. See what I'm saying? It's everywhere. And watch out. And when it comes to the giant General Mills, nearly every single one of their box of cereals, bioengineered. Another big one, Cheerios. Everyone eats Cheerios. Tons of kids. I mean, seriously, Cheerios, guys. Cheerios. Yep. There it is. Right there. Lots of people grew up on this. Contains bioengineered ingredients. All these cereals, guys. It is hard to find one without it. No kidding. Go test it out. Oh, you might think you're doing pretty good by getting some keto stuff. Keto's healthy, right? Wait a minute. There it is. You'll be shocked. Lots of keto foods out there. They're targeting people, and they're going to get away with those people that think that they're being healthy and not reading or understanding their labels. And you're going to find this common in seafood. Look at this. What does that say? Norwegian Atlantic salmon, right? Product of Chile. How does that make any sense? I'm telling you, they're going to hook you on a label that has nothing to do with reality. And it's getting bad, guys. Like really, Norwegian salmon, product of Chile, might as well say China. Here we go, Great Value raw shrimp. Yeah, it ain't raw. I'll tell you what, guys, it's farm raised. Here's a close-up of the label. Contains shrimp, product of India. Here's the big kicker right here that you need to see. Farm raised. Now that's a whole other animal. I want you to look at labels when it especially comes to seafood. If you see farm raised, don't buy it. Think of a huge overpopulated fish tank with 1 million fish swimming around in there. The water, cloudy. Think about how dirty that gets in one day just in their own feces. Then understand how many antibiotics those things need to stay healthy in an environment like that. And that's one of the biggest reasons why people are veering away from anything farm raised. When it comes to that seafood stuff and salmon alone, like meat, like beef, gets so much color added to the meat to make it look normal. Another rabbit trail you can run down of stuff that the dyes to make salmon look pink. When it's farm raised like that, the meat is white as white. Yeah, they have to make it look like real salmon. Same with beef. A lot of videos out there show you how the beef is injected with color to make it look red. It's seriously sickening. You seriously go to the stores and you have to put on your defenses these days. Seriously, guys, I'm sitting here at the chip aisle trying to film this stuff on these labels, and I've got people loading up their carts with the Great Value chips, and I'm just like, ugh. And in fact, lots of people walking around blind. You need to really be careful with your children out there, guys. Tater tots, nearly all of them, bioengineered food ingredients. And I can tell you, Great Value brand, they are hard on the bioengineered food. Probably because they don't have to buy any ingredients from real farmers, from real places that they need to buy the real stuff. No, they make it. They make it in the lab. Gonna hurt a lot of feelings on this one. Yep, frozen pizza. We're talking about popular brands, contains bioengineered food ingredient. All these little kid favorites, you know, the stuff that you can just microwave, contains bioengineered food ingredients. Anyone buying any Hot Pockets out there? Another thing that flies off the shelf. Let's take a look. Yep, on nearly everything now. Now, I stopped eating these a while ago, but growing up on a budget, Top ramens, all that kind of stuff, cup of noodles. Yeah, it was a staple when you're on a budget. Not if you're concerned about your health anymore. Contains bioengineered food ingredients. And trust me, that's not the only bad thing in those things. The MSG in some of those is insane. I promise. I'm trying to hurry, but there's some good ones coming up. Especially for you preppers out there. A lot of canned goods on the shelves, I bet. Might want to double check them. Maybe it's just Great Value. Progresso is a pretty popular brand. Let's check out what Progresso, another big popular canned food brand. Ooh, it's even gluten-free. Great. Oh, contains bioengineered food ingredients. Great. Canned foods. Maybe one of these little ones like this. Campbell's. Nope. Contains bioengineered food ingredients. You picking it up? I would make you guys a list of stuff, but it's nearly everything out there now. You have to keep your eyes peeled. And you got to remember, not every state has to label things. So for some of you naysayers, like on the last video, I had a few of you in the comments say, I just looked at my bag of chips. Nope, it's not there. Sorry to say. Doesn't mean it's not there. Look it up. Some states are required to put it on there. Others aren't. How about some of those consumer goods you guys buy on a regular basis? Any of those look familiar? Yep, nearly everyone's got them. I know we used to. But look, right there. It says, keep out of reach of children. First aid treatment. Now we're talking about some serious toxins in stuff that you put in your clothes. So much that your kids can't even touch this stuff. And guys, it's not just that brand. Here in this one, there's lawsuits left and right. They're paying settlements out and it still keeps hitting the shelves. I mean, you heard about New York, right?
New York is the first state to ban these popular laundry detergents due to its level of carcinogens located in the products. Carcinogens are cancer-causing and unfortunately are not removed by the standard form of wastewater and drinking water treatment.
This is why I stress out there to you, you need to have products in your homes that you can trust. It doesn't matter how many people get sick or how many people don't even make it. Settlements will be paid. More money and more money will come in to these big conglomerates. And sadly, it's just going to keep getting worse. Oh, and Clorox, don't even get me started. They've got warnings on their hazardous toxins. No kidding. You shouldn't even be breathing the air when using stuff like that. And I told you about this one in the last video, but this is a common crowd favorite, Dawn dish soap. But if you guys knew how toxic it was, you wouldn't have it under your counter. Keep out of reach of children. And if you guys don't remember the last one, you wanted to know what it is that's in Dawn dish soap that's so sketchy, right here. Check this out. This is a list of some of the things that are in there. Research it yourself. I'm telling you, it's coming at you from all sides. Guys, to have healthier stuff in your homes. Some people are saying that this is an ingredient to watch out for. BHT. Studies show that this ingredient has been proven to cause cancer in rats and is on the carcinogens list. It has been banned in Europe. BHT is in many foods such as potato chips, deli meats, and more. You wonder why you just don't feel so great these days. Some of you feeling that way. You're tired, you feel exhausted, you're itchy, your brain's foggy. Very well could be the products you're using or putting in your body.
Look, more poison at Walmart. More poison. Chronic inflammation, anxiety and brain fog. Do I even need to say it? Bloating, digestive issues, and heart palpitations. Understand that your food is directly correlated to your mood. What you're fueling your body with is exactly how you're going to feel. Eat like shit, feel like shit.
And have you heard of the ingredient potassium bromate?
We want to turn now to a series of stories that we are doing this week on how U.S. food regulations have left American consumers exposed to chemicals and additives that have been banned in other countries. CBS's Holly Williams goes in depth to show us how some of these ingredients.
And have you guys heard of the ingredient potassium bromate? Might want to put that one on your list.
One ingredient is missing. Potassium bromate is a suspected carcinogen that's banned for human consumption in Europe as well as China and India, but legal in the US, where it's used by some food makers to strengthen dough and estimated to be present in over 100 products.
There is evidence that it may be toxic to human consumers, that it may even either initiate or promote the development of tumours.
Professor Eric Millstone is an expert on food additives and told us European countries take a much more cautious approach to food safety.
Can we say for sure that these differences in regulations mean that people in the US have developed cancers that they would not have developed if they'd been eating only in Europe?
I think that is almost certainly the conclusion that we could reach.
It's not just potassium bromate, but many other chemicals and substances that are banned here in Europe over health concerns, but considered safe by the FDA.
Do you think most Americans are aware that they're being exposed to substances that are viewed as dangerous over here?
They probably just think, well, if it's available and it's in the store, then it's probably fine.
Stacey McNamara is from upstate New York, but has been living in London for 10 years. She told us raising children on this side of the Atlantic has opened her eyes to what's allowed in food in the US. She has no plans to ever move back home.
And is food safety a part of that decision?
For sure, yeah. How am I going to protect my children when it's just everywhere?
In a statement to CBS News, the FDA said that when used properly, potassium bromate converts to a harmless substance during food production. But at the same time, Nora, it acknowledged that not all potassium bromate may convert, saying control measures can minimize the amount in food.
Can you guys believe that? I mean, seriously, if you haven't woke up already, your head's in the sand, pull it out, pay attention. But I'm glad the FDA came back and cleared that mess up and made sure that we knew that it was indeed safe. That's good for us to know, right? It's insane. I don't want to make this video go too long. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys want more of this, because I could keep going on and giving you guys way more things. And like I said before, switch with RHL.com, link down below. We're helping thousands of people switch to safer stuff for your homes and families. We don't bring up the name of our sources here because of banning stuff, but I can say you guys can take a free tour of the store, check it out for yourself, family owned, with the right agenda, made in the USA, non-toxic ingredients, stuff that you can trust. People need to start voting with their dollars, because supporting all the big box stores supports all the things that you don't like. We as patriots and so much more need to start slowly changing out